This was mentioned in a book Talk Like That. Storytelling is going to be one of the most important skill in the next decade. And this was in 2014 and now this is 2024. A decade has passed and we all know the importance of storytelling. But many of us don't know what exactly is it and how to implement it in our videos. No worries, because after deep research and experimentation on storytelling for the past 4 months and after analyzing dozens of top performance videos and movies, these are the 7 storytelling hacks I got to know that you can easily implement right now in your videos to inevitably boost your attention. So without wasting time, let's unfold the first one, which most people overlook, especially while scripting and editing their videos, and that is, in the beginning, I used to focus a lot in the macro details while selecting the most important thing, micro details, which portray story more than the macro ones. If you look at the most famous painting of all time, you will realize that it's not the main subject that piques your curiosity. It's the minuscule details on the subject or in the background that makes it interesting and mysterious at the same time. The minor details can be in the form of light and shadows on the subjects or anything, hills, sand particles, water, or anything in the background. These are the things that makes the famous painting the famous painting. And now if you look at Mr. Beast's thumbnail, you will find a similar thing Jimmy applies to them. Look at this thumbnail. Aside from the main elements, look at the balloons behind, look at the waterfall, look at the sand particles, look at the color of the slide. These are all the things that make this thumbnail the banger one. And now see this thumbnail without these. It's obvious why did Mr. Beast put them in this thumbnail. Now if you watch his videos, you will realize that Mr. Beast put a lot of emphasis on the smaller things. Let's calculate that emphasis on smaller things in one of the clips of his videos.
I'm starting to realize we might not all fit on it. First step on my brand new island. Here's your dollar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for selling it to me.
Cheers, now.
Bunch of random wooden poles.
There's more poles than square.
Now you have learned that focusing on little tiny details is important, but among the next hacks you will find that the fourth one and the sixth one has so much power that they decide whether the video will get 100 or 1 million views. I'm not joking, it's 100% real. But before that, let's get to the second one, which is the core fundamental of top performance videos and movies, and that is constant changing of emotion. Just imagine you live in a place where the temperature and season are constantly the same for the entire year. To some degree you will be okay with it, but after a certain threshold your life will become mundane because there is no change and change is needed to live. The same thing applies to your videos. If your video has one emotion or no emotion at all, your video will not hit your desired results, and that's the brutal reality. When I was analyzing the videos of Mr. Beast, I found that Mr. Beast videos in terms of waves look like this. The crest, the upper part of the wave, show high energy activities, followed by the trough, the lower part of the wave, representing lower energy activities. And both of these have blend of emotions embedded in them. Didn't get it? Let's understand it deeply with an example. Mr. Beast $1 versus $1 billion yacht. You may have watched this video. In this video, whenever Mr. Beast gives an intro of the yacht, it is so highly edited and fast paced, which represents higher energy trough. And then he shows the interior of the yacht, which is a bit slower paced than the intro, representing lower energy trough. In this way, he is constantly trapping you in an emotional loop of relaxation, curiosity, excitement, and astonishment. You are psychologically manipulated by him. You are engrossed in the video because of emotions. I watched a podcast of Mark Rober. John Shai was the YouTube channel name. That podcast got around 11,000 views. In that podcast, there is so much value. Mark Rober said that for a video to go viral, you need to elicit visceral response from the viewer. It has the reason because in the future AI will also able to make videos, but the difference between human making videos and AI making videos will be emotions. This will be a separating factor for a video to go viral in the future. Now we have learned that we need constant changing of emotion. Now we need to know how we can apply the same thing in our videos. The first thing is to change background music after every 30 seconds. This is so crucial. Second thing is speak with emotions. Simple as that. Don't speak like a robot in front of a camera. Speak exactly as you speak to your intimate friend in front of camera. Third thing is make real unscripted videos, and this thing actually pertains to the second point. Second thing, which is speak with emotions. When you make real unscripted videos, you naturally speak naturally. In this video, to be fair, I am speaking through script because I am not a native speaker. When my fluency in English becomes healthier, I will surely upload real unscripted videos. By the way, this video is real. This video is real. I am giving you the real advice, but the fact that only I I'm speaking through script, and I don't like that. Like, this sounds so much mundane. I don't want to speak from a script, but I actually have a goal, holy grail of speaking persuasively and speaking articulately by the end of this year. I'm having this goal. I hope I will achieve this, and then you will see me in front of a camera, me speaking without scripts. Anyways, this hack is undoubtedly important, but as every building needs stronger foundation, a banger video needs stronger base to get millions of views. What do I mean by it? I mean the third hack, high stakes in the beginning. Now put all things aside, why this intro of Mr. Beast first?
This is a $250 million private island. Literally anything you could ever want is on this private island. And I'm gonna show you the difference between this and a $150 million luxury island. A massive $45 million island, a $5 million frozen island, all the way down to the world's cheapest private island.
Now don't come at me and tell me this intro wasn't engaging. Of course, this intro was engaging. If you have watched this sort of intro, you will be engrossed in the video until the end. The reason this intro was engaging is not because it was highly edited and fast-paced. Sure, they helped to create it well, but the main reason this intro was engaging because of higher stakes. What is meant by higher stakes? Higher stakes means higher risks, higher extremeness. For example, there are two videos in the table. One is I gave away $1,000, and the second video is I gave away $1 million. In which video you will click? Obviously, I gave away $1 million because of higher stakes, the extremeness, higher risks. This is called higher stakes. Now talk for ourselves, we can't invest so much into making this sort of intro. Yet we need the cheapest yet effective way to make our intro around the corners of Mr. Beast intro. And luckily there is a way. The simplest way is to set up importance. Just watch my intro. In the intro I said I analyzed and studied storytelling for the past 4 months. I set up the importance by telling that I have studied it, like I has the credibility, and which resulted in you trusting me to explain this point. With the word credibility, something popped in my mind, and that is the fourth thing, credibility/trust. Just tell me, would you buy a product from Amazon or a newly opened online shop? Obviously from Amazon, all because of the credibility Amazon has. Now if you are a creator with millions of subs, you have an audience to trust you, but if you are a new creator, you need to put so much effort into the first 10 seconds in only building up the credibility so that viewer watch the video until the end. You can make a beautiful video, perfect video, but if a person doesn't trust you, he will not watch your video. Credibility is so much important. Even in our real life, credibility is so much important. We buy products from the people we know, we trust, and this thing is so much important. People won't get to know about your story first if they don't trust you. There are two ways you can use. The first one is positive voice labels. The second one is dark. The positive one is that you have to put so much effort into the first 10 seconds, using right words, using right visuals, having a social proof that you have actually done it. But the dark method is that liberating, is that exploit others' credibility. For example, in this intro of the video, I can say that Mr. Beast once shared on Twitter that he gets 70% attention using storytelling. Ryan Trehan's penny series broke YouTube utterly by using storytelling, which ended up getting him 255 million views in just 30 days while charging over $1.4 million for Feed America, all because of storytelling. Like, I can use some people in my intro, or also I can make a video on them. If I am going to make a video on storytelling, I can say that Ryan Trehan's storytelling secret, Mr. Beast's storytelling secret to get 70% attention. I can make these kind of videos. I'm using other people so that I can grow my audience. I know that it's not that dark. But still, it's an effective way to build up an audience from nothing by just making videos on others. And now the fifth hack, and this hack you will find in nearly all videos of Mr. Beast, and that is payoff at the end. We can't have 200 grand as a payoff at the end of our video, right? But luckily there are ways you can use that serves as payoff at the end. The first thing is giveaways. Giveaways at the end of the video help a lot in retaining the audience until the end. But still, if you don't have money to invest, you can use some psychological tricks which are cheap, obviously free, but they are most effective. But before I tell you my psychological tricks, promise me to like and subscribe this video. I'm spitting out everything I know about storytelling. Just like and subscribe. Okay, one of the psychological tricks I use is this. Now you have learned that focusing on little tiny details is important, but among the next hacks you will find that the fourth one and the sixth one has so much power that they decide whether the video will get 100 or 1 million views. I'm not joking, it's 100% real. But before that, let's get to the second one. You have seen that I presumably succeeded in manipulating you that the fourth one and the sixth one are so important. By the way, they are important, they are real. I was authentic, but I just use a trick. I manipulated you by saying that the fourth one and sixth one are so important that they decide whether your video will get 100 views or 1 million views. And I hope it worked. It's just telling your viewer that there are more fascinating things coming around. Just sit, relax, eat popcorn, enjoy. And the second psychological trick is called the bonus trick. For example, in this video, I can have the first 6 hacks. I have 7 hacks, so I can have first 6 hacks and the 7th one as bonus trick. See how a little difference can change the fate of our video. Things seem to be good in this way, so I didn't include the bonus psychological trick. Anyways, this hack you can use in your videos if you can using these psychological tricks. Anyways, the 6th one is cliffhangers. Let me tell you what are cliffhangers, and then we will see Mr. Beast video as an example. Cliffhangers are like suspenseful pauses in the story. They keep you hanging, making you eager what happened next. It's in simple words, it's just like the end of the episode that keeps you mysterious that what happened after that. This is called cliffhangers. Now let's see Mr. Beast's video so we understand it better. So you can see that after setting up the scene and after telling a bit context, he jumped to the next scene without conclusion. These are called the cliffhangers that keeps you eager, that actually psychologically manipulates you to watch the video until the end, like what happened after that is also a payoff at the end. It's the same thing. Now we have finally covered 6 points. Number 1 was focusing on little tiny details. The second one was constant changing of emotion. And number 3 was high stakes in the beginning. Number 4 was credibility / trust. Number 5 was payoff at the end. Number 6 was cliffhangers. And now number 7 is relatability. And this is the thing that separates a good story from a great story. Because we are all storytellers, but there is a difference between storytellers. Some are good, some are great, some are bad. And the thing that separates a great story from a bad story is relatability. It means everything you use in a video, like words, visuals, or anything that you use should be pertaining to the audience. But envision a world where you have all the knowledge but you can't execute it. Depressing? The same thing is that if you want to write great stories, you need to learn YouTube script writing. Watch this video on the right to learn about that. Subscribe.